Hi guys! I have one of those exciting videos everybody loves today. I have a book haul, and this is probably the biggest book haul I've ever done, like solo book haul, if you don't count like the massive book hauls I've done with less. This is because I have been gathering books for a very long time because I was abroad. I didn't buy too much, and then I came back and I kind of got really excited. And I also had some stuff for my birthday, and I had a gift, and I have books that were sent to me for review, you know, things like that. Get ready, it's gonna be fun. This first set of books that I have to show you stems from my unfinished series video. I spoke about how I had read part of the Georgia Nicholson series and never finished it, but I really wanted to. And some of you may know her. She definitely comments on videos and is active on Twitter. Her CA Sue1, she sent me a message and said, "Hey, I have the entire Georgia Nicholson series. Do you want it? I'll send it to you for free." And I was like, yes, please. So she did, and when I came home from being abroad, there was a big package waiting for me with all 10 books. And she also sent me this little bookmark that has a quote from Henry David Thoreau on it. It says, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams." So she sent me that, and the 10 books of the series. So that would be Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging. On the bright side, I am now the boyfriend of a sex god. Knocked out by my nunga-nungas. Dancing in my nutty pants. Away laughing on a fast camel. Then he ate my boy entrancers. Startled by his furry shorts. Love is a many-trousered thing. Stop in the name of pants, and finally, book 10, Are These My Bazumas I See Before Me? So for those of you who haven't read the Georgia Nicholson series, you can thank Louise Renison, the author, for coming up with hilarious titles, and that will give you an idea of the kind of story and writing that comes along with these books. I think I've read up to book 4 or 5, but I'm definitely going to start over again because they're really quick reads and they're also hilarious. So thank you so much, Sue, for sending me those 10 wonderful books. I'm so excited to put them up on my shelf. These are books that I ordered for my birthday. I got an Amazon gift card and, of course, you know, went and bought books with it, because what else would I do with an Amazon gift card? The first thing that I picked up is the box set of the Uglies series by Scott Westerfeld. I feel like these have gained popularity again more recently. I've read Uglies and Pretties, but I haven't read the last two. This was also in my unfinished book series, and so I just decided to buy the entire box set because I really, really like these covers. I'll show them to you. Uglies, Pretties, Specials, and lastly Extras. Now, as far as Extras, as far as I know, is a companion novel. It's actually not part of the original trilogy, but they just get packaged together because it makes sense to. It's still put in the same world. These are set in a dystopian society. These are probably the first real dystopian books that I read way back in the day. And it's about how at 16 you get to have a lot of plastic surgery and become beautiful, because in this society doing that is what, you know, brings you into the next stage of your life. And there's of course one girl who decides that she doesn't like how this happens, and she decides to infiltrate the society and see how she can change it. The next book that I got is Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I read Sharp Objects back in January and thought it was amazing. So disturbing, but so awesome. This one is her next book between Sharp Objects and Gone Girl, and I don't really know anything about it other than that I know it will be psychologically disturbing. I got In a Sunburned Country by Bill Bryson. I read his A Walk in the Woods and really loved it, so I decided to collect the rest of his travel books that he's written. This one is about his time in Australia, hence the gigantic kangaroo on the cover, but I'm really excited to read it because he just has a wonderful sense of humor when he's writing. And finally, the last book that I ordered is Pandemonium. I read Delirium a long time ago, and I finally got around to buying Pandemonium. I'm looking forward to reading the next book in the series now that it's actually complete, and I should probably get on finishing it. And I did get another book for my birthday, but I didn't buy it. My sister and my mom went to the mansions in Newport, Rhode Island, and they picked me up this big book that has tons of pictures and fancy stuff about all the different mansions there. I've been there once a long time ago, and I loved the mansions. I thought they were so beautiful, and you're not allowed to take pictures inside, of course. So they got me this book so I can look at all the pretty pictures of all the mansions. Oh, and they got me a fancy bookmark from Rosecliff. The last part of my book haul are 4 random books that I have just acquired recently. The first is a book that I received for review, and that's The Silent Deal by Levi Stack. This is a YA book that takes place in the Russian Empire. It's also won an award, so I definitely have high hopes for this book. I think it'll be a little bit different than a lot of the YA kind of books that most people are reading, especially since it seems to be set in a sort of historical setting rather than in modern day, and I like that idea. It's the first book of the card game series, which explains why the two characters look like they're on the front of a card. When I was in London, we went to Harrods and we walked into W.H. Smith because we felt absolutely underdressed for every other part of that building, but we went to the bookstore. W.H. Smith is a bookstore. I picked up Londoners, and the long title is The Days and Nights of London Now, as told by those who love it, hate it, live it, left it, and long for it, and it's by Craig Taylor. First of all, I love the cover. Second of all, it's a bunch of little stories. One of them is an interview with the woman who does the voices on the Underground. There's people who are immigrants who have come to London, people who have left London, you know, all these sort of perspectives on a city that has an amazing reputation. I have a feeling I'm really gonna like this book because I read the intro and like the prologue-y intro stuff, and I already was really liking it, so high hopes for the rest of this book. The second to last book that I got is Wanderlove by Kristen Hubbard. I have heard wonderful things about this book, and it's also a travel book about Central America. Ariel Bissett recently did a review and said how accurate it was concerning Central America, so I have a feeling that the author actually went there herself and is sort of pulling from her own experiences. But what I know about it is that this girl, she signs up for this tour of Central America, and then when she gets there she finds out that she's really not the right age group compared to everybody else, and she meets these two backpackers and decides to break off and travel with them and sort of the life experiences that come from doing travel the hard way, not on a guided tour. This sounds like the perfect book for me. And then finally, I got Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. I just want to say how much I love these new covers. They're awesome. Compared to the cover that I have for Anna and the French Kiss, these are way better because they're a lot less dorky looking, and I think it will get more people to pick up the books and be less judgmental. They also have this awesome smooth feel to them. It's just, they're really pretty in person. So now I kind of want to get the new cover for Anna and the French Kiss just so it will match, but all in good time. This is a YA contemporary novel. It's a companion to Anna and the French Kiss, and it takes place in San Francisco with a girl named Lola and, of course, the, you know, romantic interest of this boy next door. So, I have a job for you. Of all the books that I just talked about, which one do you want me to read first? Because I want to read all of them right now, and I don't know which one to start with, so let me know which book you want me to read first, and I will tackle it ASAP. As always, our links are in the doobly-doo. We have our Twitter, our Goodreads, and our Book Depository. You can check those out if you feel so inclined. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.